Well, folks, here again for the weekly forecast. Of course, the big news during this last 7 days was the big snowstorm that hit the state. The models did really underplay this system in terms of its intensity, and that's not uncommon at this time of the year, where a system that looks to be moderate to weak in tendency rapidly evolves into a major snowstorm as we get close to the event itself. Overall, a fairly widespread area of snowfall, and if we go to the first figure that we want to show you, we actually can see the line of snow extending from northeast Colorado up through Nebraska and northern Iowa. This area here is cloud cover that was associated with the system, and this was taken about midday on Thursday. So the system had yet to sweep through the upper Great Lakes region, and of course this is going to be a big player in our weather as we go through the next couple days, as this upper air low sits and pivots over the upper Great Lakes region, and that impacts the systems coming from the western United States. So if we look at what's going on presently today, we have one system that is moving rapidly through the region toward the Great Lakes. We should see that cold front completely pass through the state today, and as we go through the overnight hours, it will clear us completely. So there may be a few flakes of snow on the backside of this, but overall precipitation is depicted as being very light with this system, with the majority of the precipitation associated over in northern portions of the plains regions, getting southward to extreme northern Nebraska, and then a secondary piece of energy may actually sweep through northeastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri and just barely clip the southeastern corner of the state. But overall, quantitative moisture output from this system is expected to be less than 1/10 of an inch. Now, as we go into tomorrow, what we are going to notice is that system rapidly moves toward the mid-Mississippi River Valley, and we start to see a ridging pattern develop, bringing much warmer air into our region. So we'll see a nice warm-up on Sunday, but even a better warm-up as we get into Monday, as we have a large ridge building into the center part of the country. So we return right back into the upper 50s across extreme northern Nebraska to potentially near 70 degrees in southwest Nebraska. But once again, draw your attention to this big upper air low that is starting to develop over the central Rockies and will progress eastward as the week progresses. So as we get into Tuesday, the system digs farther southward. That's going to pull moisture up from the Gulf. That will really start to saturate the atmosphere in advance of this system. And as we get into Wednesday, now the system takes aim at the central United States, and it looks like it's going to follow a similar pattern of this last storm system. So the western half of the state has the best likelihood of seeing accumulating snowfall, and we actually may see some significant accumulations if this system continues with the same intensity currently depicted, or even intensifies further as we get closer to the event. Further east, we're already looking more of a rain and potentially severe thunderstorm outbreak in portions of eastern Kansas, Missouri, maybe southeastern Nebraska, and as the system completely passes as we get into Thursday morning, we might draw some cold air on the backside of it to see a few flakes of snow and light accumulations in extreme eastern Nebraska, and this system will sit and spin over the Great Lakes region and intensify. So as we get into Friday, you start to see the system intensifying. That's going to draw some very cold air down on the backside of it, and we're looking at an Arctic outbreak as we go into next weekend, with potentially seeing lows that will approach the upper teens to the low 20s across eastern Nebraska. In terms of the forecast from next Thursday following Tuesday, that cold air remains in place, so we're going to see below normal temperatures. And in terms of precipitation, we see this below normal precipitation, but yet again, another system starts to approach us as we get close to the Tuesday time frame.